We have quite a few things going on here on the Mystery Funhouse channel. In addition to our Reject Tournament, which is ongoing, and of course these blind segmented races, we also have our weekly blind. Hopefully you caught that yesterday. That was Panzer Dragoon, I think, or was that next week?
Yep. It was Panzer Dragoon. Really good game.
And we also had our mystery game show that Roar puts on every Saturday after the weekly blind. So if you're looking for more exciting action on this channel, be sure to catch those on Saturdays. And then I think we've got a couple of new tournaments upcoming pretty soon, too, if I'm not mistaken.
Shmup Grand Prix starts in 2 days.
So that'll be an exciting event for everybody. That'll mean even more races here on the channel, just in case you are getting bored not having quite enough races here. I think that's good. Alright, I think we're just about ready to go.
Ooh, Hype Ship is a good emote. I like that one. Let me tell you, I've already decided what I'm gonna rig as the first game, and I'm very excited for people to play it.
What on earth is going on with Snow Dozer? Race hasn't even started and Snow Dozer has already started a timer. Alright, we've got 5 minutes going. Alright, we've got another 5 minutes before the race starts. Snow Dozer needs some time to figure out the number 45. Part of one of the mystery hunt puzzles, huh? So we've got our racers all readied up here. We've got Snow Dozer, Maurice, Indie Filter, and Puffer King. Puffer King was not blind for some of the first couple of races, but I think we've reached a point where Puffer King really just doesn't have any idea where to go next. So I believe that Puffer King and Snow Dozer are going to be collaborating a bit on this goal to try to get through here a little bit more quickly. I believe Snow Dozer and Indie Filter also might have been collaborating in our previous race. This is our fourth of these blind segmented races that we have been doing over the last couple of weeks. And in the first race, our players did the first 2 child dungeons, the Deku Tree and the Dodongo's Cavern. That was a pretty lengthy race. There was quite a bit going on in that one. In our second race, our players completed the 3rd dungeon, Jabu Jabu's Belly, and acquired the Master Sword. And in our previous race, which we did just 1 week ago, the players went through the Forest Temple, the first of the adult dungeons. And today, it should be no surprise to anybody, we are going to be doing the second of the adult dungeons. We are going to be doing the Fire Temple. This is actually a little bit of a tricky dungeon. I know the meme is that the Water Temple is the most difficult of the dungeons, but I think that the Fire Temple probably stands pretty close to the Water Temple in difficulty. There's still quite a bit of places to get lost in this dungeon.
Yeah, that one and Spirit, notably. That was the one that my little brother got hung up on for a long time. He had no trouble with Water Temple, actually, but that's because he found the thing.
Yeah. Now, if we talk about Master Quest Water Temple is a completely different beast.
Yeah, also Master Quest Spirit Temple is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a completely different thing. The Master Quest being effectively the same game, but the difference is that the dungeons are rearranged to be a lot more difficult to navigate. Maurice managed to crash Bizhawk. A good sign that this will be a good race. Oh, Maurice is having some problems with the emulator now. Well, hopefully he can get this sorted out in the next minute, because as soon as Snow Dozer shows up, we are ready to start this race. We're also getting to a part of the game where these goals are going to get a little trickier. At this point, the player has a lot of different areas that they can explore. As an adult, you really do have a lot of free reign to visit a lot of different parts of Hyrule, not just as an adult, but also as a child. And particularly late in the game, there's a kind of a bad habit of throwing a bunch of different items in that the player needs to collect that you don't really get any indication where those are. Of course, there's one that we've talked about before, Din's Fire, that will be certainly spoiling for the players when we get to the Shadow Temple. But there are also a couple of other ones that the players might have a little bit of difficulty finding because they just have so much of a world to explore where they could find hidden items. We can also see here on the title screen, we can see the player's progress. We see here that, predictably enough, Puffer King and Indie Filter, they do have all 3 of the spiritual stones, and they have 2 of the medallions. The Forest Medallion we received in the previous goal, as well as the Light Medallion, which you get automatically when you get the Master Sword, presumably because Nintendo was lazy and they couldn't come up with a concept for a 6th adult dungeon. We can see their current number of heart containers. We see Indie Filter and Puffer King both sitting pretty at 7 heart containers. Of course, that means that each of them did not collect enough pieces of heart to unlock an extra heart container, since we did start the game at 3 hearts, and then we received 1 heart container for each boss we've defeated. So there's a place there where if they could take some time and collect a couple of pieces of heart, they might get their hands on another heart container that could get them a little bit of an advantage. We know that Maurice has spent some time collecting heart containers and has boosted up his hearts by a nice chunk.
That'll probably end up mattering in these later segments because they definitely get a lot trickier with combat later.
Yeah, and this game is different than the other Zelda titles. Most of the early Zelda titles, you would pick up an item that gives you greater defense. In the original Legend of Zelda, picking up the blue and the red rings. In The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, picking up the blue mail and the red mail. We don't have those kind of things in this game. There's no midpoint item that you pick up that gives you increased defense, which is a little bit unusual, and it makes those heart containers a little more valuable because that's really the only way that you increase your ability to withstand enemy attacks. We can also see there's a number on each of their save files. We see for Indie Filter and Puffer King, that's 18. That's how many times the player has taken a death and game overed. I believe it doesn't count if they have a fairy and the fairy revives them. For the most part, that doesn't matter. That has no impact on how they play the game. There's no penalties for getting lots of deaths, no advantages for taking lots of deaths. Although there is an endgame Easter egg. If the player can manage to beat the game with 0 deaths, they do get a minor Easter egg at the very end, which is something I actually didn't know about. I don't know that I've ever actually beaten this game with 0 deaths. Not that it's particularly difficult, but just that I've never actually tried, I think.
I definitely haven't done it. I know my little brother has tried, but he failed pretty quickly on all those attempts.
It's not that difficult of a game either. If you feel comfortable with the combat, it's if you feel comfortable with the combat isn't that difficult, especially because you do have a lot of useful items that you can use to fight. Kind of unusual for the other Zelda games that you can actually equip multiple tools at the same time. Alright, here we are. So
I see something problematic on Snowdozer's screen already. His timer says get a lot of rupees. He has seen the little Goron shop in the Goron city that does sell the Goron Tunic for 200 rupees, but there are 2 problems with that. One, he doesn't have a big enough wallet to hold 200 rupees. I don't think he has enough Skulltulas to even get the reward. And also, the Goron shop actually isn't open right now.
yeah, I think you can bomb it open. Yeah, he's 1 Skulltula short of being able to get the upgraded wallet.
You can't bomb it open yet. What's gonna happen for these players in this, in the progression, this part, is there's 1 Goron left in Goron City. He's, a little Goron. He was named after the player, if I remember correctly, or is he I don't remember. He might be the little Darunia. I think this one is the one that's named after the player.
Yes, that's correct.
And you need to bomb him, and he will open up the shop. Of course, when he does open up the shop, it's actually going to end up being useless.
So we'll see what happens. Ideally, Snowdozer is going to make his way over to the Goron City sooner than later, and hopefully get his free Goron Tunic, which will eliminate the need to actually have purchase that extra item. Now, it could be an issue. This is the first time in which players are going to encounter like-likes. Another perennial Legend of Zelda villain who makes a reappearance here in 3D. And the like-like, in addition to eating your shield, which is the typical behavior for a like-like, it also can eat your tunic. And if they lose their tunic, that's going to make exploring the Fire Temple a lot more of a pain in the butt. Here, Indie Filter finds a gold Skulltula. Nice pickup. Snowdozer making a very wise decision here. This is actually, I'm really glad that Snowdozer has picked up on this, because it was something I was almost tempted to hint at the players. Snowdozer has picked up on the fact that by using the Song of the Forest, you can teleport back here, and this is a very convenient fairy fountain right next to this teleport spot. So Snowdozer can use this to fill up the 2 bottles that he has with fairies, which is effectively 3 full life meters, since Snowdozer is at that minimum 7 heart containers here.
Yeah, this is a really good idea. I like this. Although I don't think he has the Prelude of Light yet.
No, to get the Prelude of Light, the players are going to have to go back into the Temple of Time and go back into the chamber where the Master Sword is kept. So Maurice is taking some time here to ride his horse. Puffer King is having a couple of issues with his stream. We'll keep it going as much as we can.
Let's see, is also trying to make it up Death Mountain right now.
Yep,
And they're going straight to the Gorons. To this area, at least.
Oh, here we go. Indie Filter found a hidden Skulltula here. Wonder if they can squeeze into the rock enough to pick this up.
Yeah, you can jump slash and get it.
So Maurice is...
Mountain. There's something strange about it.
So here we see Maurice is doing the horse riding here in the... So Maurice is, I think, the only one who's done this. You have to go to... Okay, he's found the race. You have to go to Lon Lon Ranch as a child, and if you speak to Malin during the day, she will teach you Epona's song. And with that, you are able to ride on Epona as an adult by playing the song and getting her to trust you. And then, in order to progress here, you do need to beat Ingo in not one, but 2 races. Maurice using up all of his carrots. I think he's managed to do it. If you can beat Ingo in 2 races, you will get Epona as a rideable horse, which is absolutely, completely optional.
Also, complete with a great song. The horse racing music is some of my favorite. Alright, Indie Filter sees the Goron. Probably gonna try and catch up to it and talk. That's not gonna work. It immediately grabs the bomb flower. I believe if you're holding a bomb flower and you're a certain distance from it, it'll actually turn around.
I think you might be right. This is close. Is Maurice going to pull this off? I don't think that counts.
No, that was definitely behind.
Alright, so Indie Filter is on their way. They're in the correct direction. What they do need to do is bomb this little Goron who is spinning around here. And if they do that, they will get their directions. That Goron will just teach them everything that they need to know. He's going to tell them about the secret passage, as well as... oh, they actually... I guess that is mandatory. I didn't realize that's mandatory.
Yeah,
Yeah, with Darunia's door closed, they have no choice. They do need to talk to that baby Goron, because they do need to get into Darunia's room in order to get to the Fire Temple. Alright, is Maurice going to win his second race and get his hands on a little horse? Dozer poking around Kakariko Village here. Not sure what he's looking for. Maybe he's making his way slowly up to Death Mountain. Oh, there we go. Maurice has done it. Maurice has unlocked Epona.
Okay, I'm pretty sure Indie Filter knows what to do.
Yeah, we did see Maurice do this in the first race. Indie Filter taking a stop here to talk to Metagoran.
Oh gosh, I really hope the players buy this. This is a trap, actually. This weapon, it looks very powerful. It is very powerful for a short time, but it breaks very easily, and you have to pay to get it repaired every time.
Another fun little detail, Metagoran does have another line of dialogue. If you talk to Metagoran while you're in his room without the walls bombed out, he does comment that it's a tight squeeze, but there's no way to actually do that while playing the game fairly, since you have to bomb the walls to actually talk to him.
Yeah, I don't even know of any way to like put through those
Oh,
walls.
here we go. Maurice has run over a cuckoo, and he has triggered a cuckoo storm.
No, I knew this was gonna happen. I wonder if Maurice knows the way out.
I mean, he had the right idea trying to jump over the gate with Ingo, but that's not where you jump. Yeah, in order to progress here, Maurice simply has to jump over any of the fences on the exterior here, and he will get out.
Get a speed cutscene. Oh no, you don't go in the door.
The good news is, I think, as long as he stays in Epona, he is invulnerable from the Cuckoo Storm.
You can't actually get off of her.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, that's good. Here we go. And he figures it out.
You've unlocked Epona.
Here we go. Snow Dozer has found the bottle vendor, who says, "Sell me something with the C button." It's not clear here, but they will only buy things that you can put in bottles.
Snow does not want to sell anything he has right now, though.
I don't think you can sell fairies to them either. I think they'll only buy things like fish or
I'm pretty sure it's just fish and bugs. Maybe milk, too.
Alright, so Snow Dozer has made his way up to Death Mountain. Yeah, so in this particular goal, I was concerned that the players would get a little bit lost. It's surprisingly straightforward in this goal. In the previous goals, the players have always had to run somewhere else. Before you could do the Dodongo's Cavern, for example, the players had to go to Hyrule Castle. Before you could do Jabu Jabu's Belly, you have to go all the way to Lake Hylia. Before you could do the Forest Temple, you had to go to Kakariko. But this is very unusual in that in this goal, the players actually just go straight to Death Mountain. That they don't need to do anything outside of Death Mountain for this goal. The only stop that they need to make is that they need to visit the Goron City and talk to the baby Goron to get a Goron Tunic. And that's all that they need. It's shockingly straightforward. Indie Filter really would like this piece of heart. There's two ways that you can get this piece of heart. I believe one of them is to carry a cuckoo up here and use the cuckoo to jump down. You might even be able to just jump directly from here.
You can jump directly from here.
And
I know Maurice did it.
I think the way that the game intends for you to do it, though, is that there's a little patch where you can plant a magic bean, and the magic bean will take you up there. That's the intended way to do it.
That's really close. That was almost a good enough jump.
He's making good use of that sun song that he picked up so that he can explore Kakariko during the day. There's not a lot to do here at nighttime. So hopefully Snow Dozer spots the very conspicuous only Goron in the city. Yeah, as TPC said earlier, everything here is locked up. You can't get into Darunia's room. You can't get into the Goron shop. So that's a big hint that in order to make any progress here, you're going to have to figure out how to unlock all this stuff.
As Maurice, being Maurice, going to go play minigames. I think he has the bow.
Well, the good news is Maurice is good enough here that he's managing to not lose rupees on the minigame. Nindy Filter makes the jump here, gets a piece of heart. That's 3 pieces of heart. If he can only get his hands on 1 more piece of heart, that will give him another heart container. See Snow Dozer here, bombing through this rock room. There's a little bit of money to be made here.
Okay, Indie Filter is doing the climb up the Death Mountain. I believe you can take this way to Death Mountain.
I don't think so. There's a rock in the way that prevents you from reaching the other part of the mountain. Also, shockingly, you're actually more vulnerable as Adult Link because you can't simply duck under your Hylian shield completely.
Oh, but he's going back to race Dompe again.
This will give him a piece of heart, I think, if he can get it fast enough time.
Yeah, I think it's like under a minute or something.
Which I think you can do that without the hook shot, or without the long shot. I think if you have the long shot, you can take a shortcut in the very last room.
Yeah, it's definitely doable without any upgrades. I think like people have gotten like 45 times before, just rolling.
I think he's gonna manage to do it.
I think it's under a minute because my little brother kept getting 59 and getting really mad.
Maurice very close to picking up yet another full heart container. That would push Maurice up to 11 heart containers, starting his second row. I don't know that Snow Dozer has even seen the baby Goron rolling around.
He hasn't actually been to that layer at all.
There it is. I saw it briefly. This room looks conspicuous. Smart. He's trying to shoot these things with the bow and arrow. That's not what they're for. These are actually hook shot targets. Here we go. He's figured that out. What's up with Puffer King? I'm not sure. Let me try refreshing his stream. Thank you for pointing that out to me.
Like this. I blame Wii U Virtual Console. They made Wii U Virtual Console and it wasn't even the fastest version.
Yeah, for whatever reason, Puffer King has what appears to be a very unreliable internet.
There's our first look at Death Mountain Crater for Indie Filter.
Okay, Puffer King knows that there's an issue here and he's trying to fix it.
Snows are chasing after the baby Goron now.
Alright, here we go. He's picked up on the baby Goron. This is very good. The baby Goron is what he needs.
Indie Filter knows not to go into Death Mountain Crater because we did tell them that they want a change of clothes first.
Oh, that was beautiful. Snow Dozer tried to hit the baby Goron with the hook shot. Baby Goron jumped over the hook shot and body slammed him, Sonic the Hedgehog style.
Okay, Maurice is trying to blow up the baby Goron too.
Yeah, Maurice knows what to do here because he has blown up the big Goron, so there's no surprises to be had here.
We're gonna see every player here trying to attempt this feat.
Yeah. And Maurice has quite a few bombs to work with as well. He picked up a couple of bomb upgrades. So he should have no difficulty here. There are a couple of... Go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead.
I was going to say, there's also a couple of bomb flowers they can use just in case.
Yeah, Perfect King, from what I see, went back in time and got the Prelude of Light, which will actually be pretty helpful.
Yeah, I wonder what Puffer King was doing as a child.
I think just went to get the Prelude of Light. I don't know what else. He has the bigger wallet now. I see 3 digits. The bigger wallet is a Skulltula reward. I'm not sure a lot of the players have enough Skulltulas.
Yeah, we saw Snow Dozer opened up his inventory earlier and had only 9 gold Skulltulas. Yeah, people have a bad habit of pulling up predictions and then not resolving them.
Oh, let me handle those.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. I looked earlier. Actually, I noticed earlier somebody had a prediction, and I looked around and I couldn't find it in the mod settings for how to resolve that.
Oh, let's see this one.
What Snow Dozer needs right now needs to get a couple of bombs, if anything, but really needs to focus on the Goron City. Oh, here we go. Indie Filter managed to talk to the baby Goron. But that doesn't do any good. You gotta bomb him. You gotta bomb that spunk out of him. So those are marching right up the mountain here. As an adult, you can't hide under the Hylian shield, but it's also easier because as an adult, you don't have to deal with the homing rocks.
Also with the Hylian shield, you can now move and use it, which is very, very helpful, especially in this next dungeon.
Yeah, you can move and use it, but only while you're in the locked-on state. It doesn't work if you're not locked on. But Maurice had a long pause there as he learned the name of the Goron.
I wonder what happens if I post this in chat. Oh, that's nice. Because there's something that I wanted to do for this.
I was tempted here to put somewhere in the paste that there was another entrance to Death Mountain Crater, because particularly I was concerned about Snow Dozer getting tricked here. Since Snow Dozer does know about this entrance to Death Mountain Crater.
Since we can't have predictions, since we have 4 people, I realized I can start a channel poll.
There we go. I mean, I think we're pretty confident we know who people are going to vote on, but we'll find out.
I know who I'm voting on.
So those are taking a stop over here at the top of the mountain to get a full recharge. And it looks like Puffer King...
All Goron.
Puffer King's back in Kakariko Village. We do apologize with Puffer King's stream. He appears to be having a lot of issues with buffering. So Maurice has picked up the Goron Tunic, which in my opinion is actually a really lazy game mechanic here. That the Goron Tunic only has 2 purposes. One, as long as you're wearing it, you don't catch on fire, which means that normally where you catch on fire and you take damage for a couple of seconds, that won't happen. And whenever you're in the superheated parts of the Goron crater on top of Death Mountain, you don't have to deal with the time limit. We see the time limit here on Snow Dozer's stream. And that's it. That's the only purpose it serves. It gets rid of a mechanic that you haven't even had to deal with yet.
Maurice wisely playing the Song of Time. Good idea.
Yep, that's the correct way to get across this.
Knows there's a gap I don't think I can cross. It's probably the Song of Time.
Yeah, he's going to have to play it one more time, though, because he doesn't have enough reach with the regular hook shot. Here we go. He made it across. He's going to be kind of disappointed. I'm pretty sure this is just a cow. Oh no, it's a Deku's shop. Maybe one of these guys selling up there. Maybe it's not as dumb as I Filter a little bit too fast there. But he has the right idea. He just needs to keep executing this until it works.
I know a lot of kids who got stuck on this part. This is definitely one of the weirdest parts of this game.
Yeah, and it's not really obvious that bombs are the only acceptable solution. There we go! Indy Filter gets it.
Nice. What's funny is I think my little brother got this like no problem. I think it's like the one thing in the game he didn't get stuck on. I'm Indy, hero of the Gorons.
Needs to find the right position to actually talk to him. Yeah, it's hard to tell he's curled up that Indy's trying to talk to his back. Oh, this is an unfortunate thing for Indy to get stuck on. He's trying to talk to the little Goron's back, and unfortunately, you don't get a prompt there. Really would have been nice if you could just talk to his back and the Goron would just turn around to speak to you. But apparently that's a little bit too much for Nintendo to offer.
That's beyond the N64's capabilities. It was just too much for the hardware.
You're close there, little buddy. You just gotta keep trying. Little Goron's gonna stay there until you talk to him.
Oh, Puffer's King's trying to blow up Little Goron too now.
Did Maurice not listen to the baby Goron? The baby Goron does actually tell you that you can move the statue in Darunia's room to get into the crater. And I think
he didn't listen.
I think Maurice may have missed that.
Oh, that was an interesting jump from that Tektite. It just jumped all the way up here.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing here for Indy to be stuck on, not realizing that you have to talk to the baby Goron from the front. Which, I mean, it's understandable. It's very confusing which side of the Goron is the front when they're curled up into a ball.
Going back into the Dongo's Cavern, that is not the way to go. The Dongo's Cavern is weird. It's the only child dungeon that's freely accessible as an adult.
Yeah, and it's probably one of the easier places too to realize that Link really is a lot bigger as an adult, because it's very easy to navigate Dodongo's Cavern as an adult. There's ledges that as a child you had to go all the way around the dungeon in order to find the entrance. As an adult, you just climb up the ledge and just go straight through.
I always found it funny how, as an adult, the scene where Jabu Jabu is in Zora's domain, I'm not gonna say anything else about it because we'll see it later, but the loading zone for the child dungeon is just still there. It's just not aligned properly, so you can just jump into it.
Really? As an adult?
Yeah.
Huh, I never knew that.
So like most speedrun routes actually do Jabu as an adult.
Interesting. That's fascinating.
Deku Tree's there too, but Deku Tree is a lot harder to get to. Because you actually have to go out of bounds, so it doesn't load the Deku Tree. But yeah, Jabu, you could just jump slash at a specific part and you'll hit the loading zone.
Snow Dozer's definitely picked up on this little Goron being the key. Wonder if Maurice can play the Scarecrow song here.
He has gotten the song.
Although I think he needs to go back and play it to the Scarecrow again. Yeah, I think he does have to talk to the Scarecrow again as an adult and play the song before the Scarecrow song is available.
That's my little brother's favorite sound in this game. He like laughs every single time he hears the thing. I don't know why. Everybody in my family finds really stupid things funny.
No, it is a really good sound. Oh wow, we're all tied up. Maurice, Indie Filter, and Pufferfish King each with 2 votes. Which I think is kind of funny because I'm pretty sure Snow Dozer beat Indie Filter in the previous race.
Yeah, he did. Took a long time on Phantom Ganon.
Phantom Ganon, the great equalizer.
I feel like this boss will be way, way easier in comparison.
Yeah, this boss is very straightforward. It's just hit the boss more times than the boss hits you, and then you win. So Maurice here is up against the same obstacle that Snow Dozer was. There's a rock here, but you can't get rid of this rock from down here. I believe this is a rock that you have to break with the Megaton Hammer. Rocks or bombs just aren't going to do it. Wait, Lost for Words is done?
Makes sense. Lost Words isn't blind.
Yeah, that's true. If they went straight to the dungeon, they could probably clear it pretty quick.
What's funny is Lots of Words would have beaten my time, but I also have to do a lot more in this segment. I actually have to go do half a forest temple in my route, because it turns out I need the bow. Well, I don't need the bow, but I think it'll actually end up being faster if I get the bow. It'd also be easier. I actually don't know how I would do my route without the bow, which I didn't anticipate. This is probably the only time where my route even remotely syncs up with the players, actually.
Guy McGuy, they really have to. They have to pass through Darunia's room. Yeah, as far as I can tell, there's no way to get through here without going through Darunia's room. There might be some crazy shenanigans that they can pull, where they get there through an unusual way, but the intended route is you do need to talk to the baby Goron. He will give you a Goron Tunic, and then he'll tell you about the secret pass in Darunia's room, and then allow you into Darunia's room.
Yeah, basically, unless they discover a very well-known glitch, they're going to have to use Darunia's room.
So those are trying to aim at the Skulltula with the keyboard. Yeah, this is tough to do on with digital controls here.
I'm pretty sure this might actually not be possible.
Why would this be impossible?
He can't aim at the actual point where the Skulltula is.
Yeah, but I think it's one of those things that he needs to back way off and then try to center it there. He can't hit it with the little motions that he's making, but he could do it if he made the right long, bigger motions.
Yeah, he can't do it from this position.
So here we have a bit of a rare treat. Maurice is actually lost, which is interesting because he was told exactly where to go. I think if he goes back and he talks to the baby Goron will probably tell him again.
Bugs! Yes, Indie Filter's gonna catch the bugs. The best item.
Yeah, I think in the next goal too, we might spoil the location of the other 2 bottles, because going through the ice cavern with just 1 bottle is going to be just a pointless pain in the butt. As we're getting later into this game, I think we're going to start giving a lot more spoilers to the players. Here we go. Snow Dozer has found a really convenient rock out here that gives a bunch of hearts. So he just breaks that, he refuels, and he's ready to go.
Yeah, at least, unless Maurice somehow discovers Mega Flip right here, I don't think he's gonna make it over that gap. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is not even the gap you have to Mega Flip over. I'm pretty sure you actually can't even make it from here unless you do something really, really complex.
Yeah, with the green tunic, you just don't have enough time to aim the hook shot to get up to the sledge. And of course, Snow Dozer is going to be really disappointed if he gets up there because it's just a couple of Dekus selling common items that he can get anywhere else. There are several items that I think that could trip the players up. They need Din's Fire, that's one. Picking up that they need the Song of Storms and they need to go back as a child. That's a little bit of a trick. Recognizing that the ice cavern is optional, or is not optional, that's another trick. In particular, I think we'll see if Maurice decides to do the Gerudo Training Ground, because that is a completely optional dungeon you can perform to get an item. So we'll see if that excites Maurice. Snowdozer's really trying to grapple up to this ledge, but it's just not going to work. He really needs to play the Song of Time, and that's the only way that's going to happen. We see Maurice's lost meter is starting to rise quite a bit. So once again, this is odd because he was told very explicitly where to go.
Someone didn't read the text.
Indie Filter figures out how to talk to the baby Goron. He's confused why he couldn't talk to the baby Goron the first time. It was because he was talking to them from behind. We also see Puffer King climbing Death Mountain. I'm concerned that the players skipped through the baby Goron's text too quickly and none of them actually read it.
Pufferfish King, it might actually help because Puffer doesn't have magic.
Oh, did, How did you skip that? I guess you don't need to get the magic in order to progress.
Yeah, you don't need it for anything in the first segment.
Yeah. You do need it for the Spirit Temple. I think that's the first time
you also
you
need
have
it for the end of the game.
Well, you have to have it for the Spirit Temple, period. There's no way to get the Spirit Temple without magic. Or, I'm sorry, not Spirit Temple. Shadow Temple. Because you need magic to get the Shadow Temple, no matter how you do it.
Yeah, to give a clue to everybody how vital magic is, even in my route, I have to go and get magic.
So let's see if Indie Filter and Snow Dozer pick up on the requirement for the statue. That'll actually put them ahead of Maurice.
Indie Filter going to Darunia's room immediately. I don't think they... You have to actually ask him more, I think, to find out about the secret passage, but Baby could just find it accidentally. Or, well, go to the shop first, yeah. Why would you ever buy a heart in this game?
Because you just have a ton of rupees and not a ton of hearts.
Why don't you just buy a potion?
I don't know. I can't answer your question.
I legitimately have no idea why they would sell hearts in stores. Ooh, Snows are inquiring for more text. Good idea. And we learn Ganondorf is going to feed all the Gorons to Volvagia.
Oh, I guess you have to talk to him again before he mentions the statue. Interesting. So apparently Puffer King spoiled it for Snow Dozer.
Good. I like to see the players collaborating. Oh, there we go. Indie Filter has the statue. Indie Filter taking the lead. Has found actual progress. And now Maurice talks to the little Goron, finds out the hint about the statue. It's gonna be right behind.
Unfortunately, Snow Dozer's gonna try to climb up Death Mountain, and this isn't the way to go. I think that room that Indie Filter's trying to get into, I think that's the upgrade that gives you double magic.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's double magic.
But you need a Megaton Hammer to get in there.
Oh, Maurice, here we go. Hookshot over here. It's cutscene time.
Yep, this is a cutscene that Maurice saw already. Watching the attract mode.
Learning to skip this cutscene is very fun, by the way. Very, very simple trick for anybody out there who wants to learn a little more tricks about OOT. Bolero skip it's pretty fun. You just die as soon as you start the cutscene. You have a little setup, so you die as soon as you start the cutscene, and it just skips it. What's funny is it starts playing the cutscene anyway, even though you're dead. Well, one of them starts playing the cutscene anyway, the other version doesn't.
Infernal Translator asking, when will they run Water Temple? Unless somebody has a conflict, we may just do that next Sunday, 2 p.m. EST. Yeah, we've been doing it once each week. This has just been a convenient time. If for whatever reason the players are unable, we might postpone it a week. If you follow our Discord, we do post in the planned races when these will happen. So feel free to join our Discord and keep an eye on the planned races, and they will tell you when we are going to have more exciting Ocarina of Time blind segmented races.
Those are gonna get owned by the Skulltula. Oh, barely dodges it. Oh, and then still gets hit.
Yeah, unfortunately, Snow Dozer is going the wrong way into Death Mountain. You can't do anything on this end of Death Mountain.
Alright, Maurice, it's through the Bolero cutscene and finds the entrance to Fire Temple right here. See if you can fall damage? Yeah, take like 2 hearts of fall damage for that.
Which is fine.
It's really funny if you're in speedruns because you have like 4 hearts by this time or something. You have very little hearts by this time in MST. Oh no, actually, okay, wait, no, I forgot MST got rerouted. This is actually pretty late in MST. You go from Fire Temple to the Forest Temple in MST.
O2 Dustin asking, we're not allowed to tell people where to go. So we're doing these as blind races. These players are blind to the game. They've never played this before. We do give them a couple of hints. TPC has posted in the chat the pay spin where we give a couple of hints to the players. So they're not going in here totally blind, especially as we're getting into the later game, in order to make things a little easier and faster paced. We are giving the players a couple of hints on where to go, important items that they may otherwise miss out on. However, we do encourage the players to work together. They are allowed to give each other hints. In particular, we've got a couple of players who are playing in this game, Snow Dozer and Indie Filter, who they're not as strong with these wander around aimlessly looking for where the hidden item is type of puzzles. And so we do encourage the players to make a comment if they get stuck, or if they think of or if they discover something that they think is maybe helpful to the others. I believe Snow Dozer and Indie Filter are sort of collaborating on this one. I think that... No, it's actually Snow Dozer and Puffer King. Yeah, they're actually on a call together, and they're collaborating actively on this one, which is fine. It gives them an opportunity to sort of work together, especially because Maurice is a very strong player, and that by working together, they may stand a chance of defeating Maurice, who's pretty good at picking up these cues on where to go.
And I know Snow Dozer has very little Zelda experience. I know Maurice has at least played Twilight Princess.
Yes.
Oh, Puffer's King on this same rock. Every single person has tried to blow up this rock.
Yeah, and that rock is very deliberately positioned so that you can't get by it.
So in Fire Temple, we have to rescue all these Gorons that were imprisoned in here. Temple was never really that interesting to me, especially after learning speedrun stuff, because this is like one of the temples that you skip the least of. It's not a lot of interesting tricks. It's actually a pretty fun temple casually. My little brother always liked it.
Yeah, O2 Dustin. Mystery Funhouse, we do very nearly exclusively blind races of things. All the content you see here is going to be players beating games that they've never played before and trying to complete them as quickly as possible. This is our blind segmented races, where we're going to have players play longer video games in manageable chunks each week. We also have a weekly blind where we have players every Saturday are going to play through a game that they've never played before and complete a portion of the game, but not necessarily play the whole thing. We have a mystery game show where we have players complete various objectives that involve playing games, although that's not necessarily a race format. And then we also have a number of tournaments that we have going on. We have a reject tournament where players play games and goals that are not really very well suited to racing, but they race them anyways. We have, starting up in a couple of days, we have a Shmup Tournament where players are going to play shoot-'em-up games that they've never played before, and I believe the rules for that are they're going to be competing for score instead of competing for time, if I'm correct.
Yes, that's correct.
And then we have a number of other... Go ahead.
I misspelled it.
Uh-oh.
I put HP instead of GP. My finger missed. I'm the worst at typing. I can type really fast, but I'm like the least accurate typer ever. But I end up backspacing and typing fast enough anyway that it's fast enough.
So here we have a Zelda Blast from the past. We've got the floor tiles jump out of the floor and fly at you for no explicable reason.
Isn't that Link to the Past, I'm guessing?
Yeah, that's
happening in other Zelda games that I've played.
Yep, that happens in A Link to the Past. And here we see, just ahead of Maurice, we see his very first experience with a like-like. This is absolutely one you want to check with Navi.
Always a good idea when you come across a new enemy.
I like
the bomb idea.
Yeah, I like this idea, but I don't think bombs are very effective against these guys. Well, I guess they are. 2 of them took him out. Yeah, you definitely want to stay away from...
Yeah, another classic Zelda. This one is actually classic. I was like, wait, the floor tiles are Blast from the Past. I don't recognize them in any Zelda game I've played. And I realized, like, the only one that I haven't played is Link to the Past and Link's Awakening.
Yeah, like-likes, they showed up in the original Legend of Zelda. There was a sort of another like critter in A Link to the Past, but it wasn't officially a like, and this is their triumphant return. Yes, that's right, Okami of Games. The like-likes in Ocarina of Time, not only will they steal your shield, but they'll also eat your tunic. And that's a huge pain in the butt, because this dungeon has a lot of hot rooms that if you don't have the red tunic, you do have to run through them with a timer. Which I was never really a fan of how this mechanic played out. Because you get, I mean, if you play the game normally, you get the tunic automatically before you come in here. So there's never an incentive to go through an area without the tunic. It doesn't feel like the game is designed to be played without the tunic.
Yeah, it's just more like punishing for no reason. Admittedly, it's not too hard to go through with the Forest Tunic as long as you have enough hearts. It's based off of your max heart count.
I thought it's based off of your actual heart count, how many hearts you have filled.
No, it's definitely by your max heart count, because the glitchless speedrun actually skips the Goron Tunic now. I don't remember how, but they skipped a Goron Tunic, and I remember them having to route out heart containers just to do it, but they're at like low health during the Fire Temple.
Interesting. Luckily, it does make a lot of these rooms a lot easier. The lava in the room that Indy Filter's exploring. You can walk pretty easily in that lava as long as you take the time to move quickly from platform to platform, because the red tunic does really increase the timer between taking hits. Here we go, Maurice figures out he can climb this chain link fence. Yeah, for some reason they really dance around just saying use bombs in this dungeon.
Oh, Maurice, jump on the block. Okay, good. It's gonna go. This is always, I always thought this is really funny.
Here we see Puffer King is pulling the statue out of the way, and this is going to give him the back entrance into Death Mountain Crater. See Indie Filter encountering his first like here. We'll see how he does at that. Alright, Indie Filter getting the lore here. Definitely want to stay away from this thing.
You cannot hook shot onto metal grating. I know it's really stupid, but for some reason it doesn't work in this game. So I wonder if Maurice is going to find the actual strategy here. I think he sees it now. He's going up here first. Oh my god, did he nail the throw? Oh, I think he did. Wow, that was a good throw. You have a really lenient timer. You really don't need to make that tight of a throw.
He walks around the corner and immediately gets hit by a rock.
The boulder maze.
His nemesis, the rolling boulders.
Oh, apparently the like-esque enemies in Link to the Past are like-likes in the Japanese version.
Interesting.
They share the Japanese.
It makes sense. They're the same concept. That's it. They're the enemy that eats your stuff.
They're classified as a subspecies of like-like.
Yeah, also, these rocks make no sense. They just roll and then they stop on a dime.
I always thought that they were really funny. I'm pretty sure that room is actually changed up in Master Quest as well.
Well, I'm certain it is.
It's like almost exactly the same, but they like they just randomly change around the rock pattern.
I wouldn't be surprised if they added some more of those annoying flame walls that just pop up.
Nintendo found that really pressing. You get the dungeon map!
There we go. Puffer King has found the entrance to the Fire Temple and is joining Indie Filter and Maurice.
Also, yeah, you can see that door moving to the out-of-bounds space, which I always thought was pretty weird. There are doors that fall down when you try to open them. Oh god, the fake doors are hilarious in this dungeon.
It's... Yes, this week's goal is going to be the most straightforward of all.
Hey, we told you to read the text and talk to people.
I mean, all you gotta do is talk to little Goron and it'll tell you exactly what to do. No riddles, no talking about puzzles, no ambiguous hints. Little Goron's just gonna say, go here, do this, and you're in. Dozer keeps jumping down onto this ledge. I'm not... Is he trying to max out his rupees here? Just because it's easy to do?
Oh,
yeah.
Back before. Maurice is making really fast progress throughout this dungeon. Somewhere in this temple, you're sure to meet up with some creatures that dance as they attack. Arrows won't hurt them. We should actually be encountering that enemy very soon. You know what kills me is that Pufferfish King could help out Snow Dozer. I mean, they're in a video call together.
I don't know. Maybe Snow Dozer hasn't asked for help yet, because he's convinced he knows what he knows that this is the correct way, even though he's actually in the wrong spot. I like Maurice drawing his sword and stumbling backwards off of the ledge.
Yeah, it's useful in a few glitches. Drawing your sword actually, Link walks back first a little bit, and then walks back forward. If you find a place that you can see on a map but can't reach, try playing your Ocarina. That actually won't help anybody, because that's referring to the Scarecrow song.
Yeah. Now in the next dungeon that can come in handy. Making pretty good progress here. I think Maurice is getting really close to picking up the Megaton Hammer. He needs to get a little bit higher, though.
Yeah, there's a few more rooms to go. Have to get through the fire maze.
I seem to recall the dungeon is sort of structured like two towers, and that you have to climb up one tower for the hammer, and then you have to climb the other tower and use the hammer to get to the boss room.
I think so. I don't actually remember the last time I legitimately played this dungeon. At least the second half. You do have to get through this fire maze first, though. You get a compass! And an actually usable location this time.
Yeah, well, this dungeon's a little more straightforward. It's really the, really, it was just in the previous goal that there was one really well-hidden key in the forest temple, that it would have been nice having the compass to let you know where it is.
Yeah, the left side of this maze is literally just a compass. Or oops, the right side. I guess the north side.
Snow Dozer is really
Unless
salty.
you have somebody in a call to help you. It's not our fault that you didn't read the text.
Well, I think he needs to talk to the baby Goron twice, and the second time he tells you the secret passage. But, yeah.
Next goal will not be shorter. This one will probably be the shortest of them.
I think maybe the next goal might be a little less complicated, maybe, because the next goal is going to be go to the ice cavern, do the ice cavern, go to the water temple, do the water temple. So maybe they'll find that one easier. Water Temple will probably be pretty confusing, but we'll see. I have faith that these players will not find the Water Temple to be that terrible.
Oh, he barely didn't make it over the firewall in time. Now you know the routes. It's pretty easy. My little brother actually got stuck on that for a very long time.
Alright, Snow Dozer's heading down the mountain. Oops. Maurice finds the obnoxious door.
And it hides an actual door behind it. Hey, remember those enemies that dance that we mentioned earlier? Here's the Flare Dancer. This is the mini-boss of the Fire Temple. Reese has the correct idea. Use the hookshot. Hookshot's really good.
Not doing jump slashes, though.
Flare Dancer does take a long time to beat. It's just an annoying boss.
Here we go. Looks like Snow Dozer's heading back to the Goron city. He'll probably spot Baby Goron just standing there, have a chat with him, and Baby Goron will lay it all bare.
There's the Flare Dancer taken care of. Very easy mini-boss. And now we get a really fun item, especially, well, we're going to be getting a really fun item for the dungeon item for this, especially in speedruns. Not as fun until you have an item from a later dungeon though, but still a neat item. W. Snowzer has to select talk to the owner now. Because he didn't talk before.
Not even talking to the owner. Really need to talk to every NPC you meet, especially if you're stuck.
Alright, let's see. Will Maurice fall off? Okay, made it up without falling off. And here we get the dungeon item for this, which is one of my favorite dungeon items. It's just that it's not really that useful. It's the Megaton Hammer.
Although I really like the Megaton Hammer in Wind Waker most, because it's just so cartoonishly over the top.
I like this one because you can do a lot of funny glitches with it. In fact, the point where Marisa's right there, I'm gonna have fun in that route because I'm gonna be skipping the entire rest of the dungeon with it. You do need the Megaton Hammer though.
So Dozer's just kind of meandering, doesn't seem to have a clear idea of where he's going, keeps flipping around.
So now we can break blocks in floor.
Yeah, these statues make no sense. You hit them with the hammer and then they just sort of sparkle as they float away.
Yeah, these I always thought they're really funny as a kid. Reese has the idea. Get dungeon item, use dungeon item on everything. Reese, maybe seeing the blue switch, remembers a quite infamous part of an earlier race where players had to press a blue switch using a box.
Although that was a really clever puzzle. The more I think about it, the more I like it. That the game very deliberately confuses you by making you have the princess earlier, and then making you have to just use a perfectly ordinary crate to do it. That's really a clever idea.
So the other thing the Megaton Hammer can do is push these broken switches.
They're not broken, but rusty switches.
Yeah, they don't work properly if you jump on top of them.
There we go, Snow Dozer has made it to the entrance of the Fire Temple and should be heading in pretty soon.
I believe Reese is coming up to the last few Gorons.
Yeah, all he's missing is the boss key now. I think he hit the pillar and may have knocked the pillar down.
I think you have to go back to the opening room, and there's ones with the pillars in the opening room you have to hit.
Yeah, you definitely have to hit the statues at the entrance.
Like I said, it's been so long since I've actually done this dungeon. Usually it's just get Megaton Hammer, boss key skip. Luckily, it's a little shortcut right here. Back to the room where you met Darunia.
Maurice did play a minigame. Maurice played the bow and arrow minigame in Kakariko and received a quiver upgrade. So there was a minigame.
And Epona, which is an optional side quest.
He did. He also did the Epona race, and he did the Dampe race. So he played not one, not two, but 3 minigames in today's roll. Yes, he does. Maurice has unlocked Epina. He has unlocked the. He got a heart container from Dompe, and he got the quiver upgrade from the bow and arrow game. So Maurice.
He also has the adult wall now.
Yeah, he had that in the previous goal, I think. Beautifully done, Ham-ass.
So in this room, if you just throw a Deku Nut, like, it just completely destroys all those, actually, what enemies are those? I don't even know what those are.
What, are you talking about the slugs?
Yeah, that's slugs.
They're Slugma, the Pokemon.
I'm gonna actually look up what they are now. Fire temple enemies. Torch slug. I'm pretty sure those are in other games. Oh, I love this description from this. Like, the most disgusting thing you've ever seen. Kind of like a slimy loofah, a tubey worm-like enemy that sucks up Link's tunics and shields. It can be killed with arrows.
What is Snow Dozer? Just go in the dungeon.
Here's a second flare dancer. I always forget that there's a second flare dancer.
Yeah. Snow Dozer, just walk inside of the dungeon. The entrance is right there. I don't think there's even anything on that platform underneath it. Although it's good at least that he's looking around.
You got bombs.
I mean, it's nice. It's nice getting a refill on bombs, because you just use them for so much.
And we see a nice little chest over there, containing the boss key.
Maurice is just gonna hammer this Goron into the ground.
Indie Filter's not too far behind, is in the flame maze. You got the boss key, and you've already seen where the boss door is.
Yeah, so Maurice should be able to wrap this up pretty quick. There's still part of the dungeon he hasn't explored, but there's just some rupees there. I don't know, for some reason I had it in my head that you had to climb the other tower to get the boss key. Maybe it's because I've played Master Quest more recently than this version.
Moving on to one of the most interesting bosses, in my opinion, to fight. At least trying to fight quickly. I think this one's really fun. Also, a really broken, like, cheesy strategy you can do if you don't want to take any damage. I really hope somebody figures it out. Subterranean lava dragon below.
Yeah, this boss is really similar visually to Barbara from Legend of Zelda 2. Although obviously a lot more mobile than that enemy.
Incorrectly. Okay, smart Maurice. Get dungeon item, use dungeon item. This boss has a lot of sitting and waiting.
Did Snowdozer put all those words on his screen? Yes, Snowdozer has put those words on his screen. We did not. Snowdozer is a little bit salty right now, I think.
And didn't even spell sheep right.
That's okay. Nobody spells sheep right. Not sure why Maurice isn't just using the Megaton Hammer. You can just attack with the Megaton Hammer. We can also see here, so Puffer King is playing on the Wii U version, and the Wii U version has a couple of modifications. You might notice that these blocks that Snowdozer is pushing, or I'm sorry, that Puffer King is pushing around, they have, shoot. But the blocks that you push around in these dungeons, they have different symbols on them if you play on the more recent versions. In the original game, they had sort of a crescent moon shape. They switched that to a sort of a generic shape in the remakes. They also have different music in the Fire Temple. The Fire Temple music is another big difference between the versions. So, might see. I don't think Puffer King has audio. If we did, we could listen to the different versions of the Fire Temple themes.
Yeah, I believe it's any version past N64 1.0. I'm pretty sure it happens on 1.1. Check. Thank you, Zelda Speedruns, for version differences article. No, it's 1.2.
Patiently waiting for this dragon to stop flying.
And GameCube was the first time they changed the textures. Multiple Vagia kill.
Boom! Easy kill there.
Yeah, it's a pretty simple boss fight. It is just a lot of sitting and waiting.
That's 12 heart containers for Maurice. As he steps into the blue sparkle, he decides to do a right warp instead of a wrong warp. I approve. I think that's probably the way he wants to go. As he does, in fact, need this medallion to mark down his goal and save.
Oh, I haven't seen this cutscene in a very long time. I won't even be seeing it in my route because I'll be doing Fire Temple wrong warp, which makes me sad because I remember liking one of the cutscenes after this. Indie filters on the Megaton Hammer room.
Yep.
See if they could get up this without falling off. Those fire keys can be a problem.
I think you can also do the longer path. I think it is possible, but you have to be very precise in your movement to do it. Maurice receives the Rebel Alliance symbol. He now joins the resistance against Ganondorf. Hopefully he'll unlock his lightsaber and his X-Wing in the next dungeon.
Now you and I are true brothers. I love Darunia. Darunia was always one of my favorite characters. I just thought he was really funny. Maurice, I think, gonna go take the time to play more minigames. Or is wisely going to clear this rock that has been plaguing everyone.
Alright, Snowdozer does get eaten. Snowdozer does get eaten by the like, loses his shield and his tunic, but he does kill it fast enough to get them back, so that's good. That could have been a big pain in the butt if he had lost both of those items permanently.
Yeah, it only goes away if you leave the room.
Oh, really? I thought that you had a time limit. That's actually convenient. Or he's choosing to visit this fairy fountain before he finishes by saving his game. This is going to get him an upgrade to his magic power. Although I don't know if that's going to be a big deal because Maurice really hasn't been using much magic at all.
No, honestly, magic doesn't have that many uses in this game. There's the one required use, but that's it. Well, the few required uses.
Now, it could be helpful for some of the other players, particularly if they get that upgrade and then they pick up Nehru's Love. They may find some benefit for that in the boss fights. And there is the dot done for Maurice, and he has finished with an SRL time of 1 hour, 35 minutes, and 45 seconds. So well done to Maurice. Just admiring all these things and noting that as an adult, he can't use magic beans. Adults may not equip magic beans for some reason.
Obviously, I mean, why would you even think to do that?
Oh, I guess it could create a problem if you could plant magic beans in the in the adult era, because then you would have to go buy more magic beans to plant them as a child. Alright, let's see if any of our other players have audio.
Indie Filter does. It's kind of quiet, but it's there.
And get some Indie Filter audio here. Alright, Snowdozer picking up on bombing this incredibly suspicious wall immediately. Indie Filter is in really dire straits right here. Is incredibly low on life.
Oh gosh, my little brother climbed onto that platform on the side the first time and got crushed. He got so mad. If you're standing on the very edge of it, you'll actually just get crushed.
I must have missed it. Did Indie Filter take a death in the... Oh no, Indie Filter must have fallen in the...
Yeah, it didn't get the Megaton Hammer.
Yeah, that would be why they dropped down. Yeah, the Megaton Hammer could be a little bit of an obstacle for these players because you do have to move fast, and if you are not careful and you fall down the middle, I believe that will send you down to the previous room. You do have to actually climb back up.
I would feel bad for Indie Filter trying to climb it right now because there's a lot of fire keys in the way. Usually you just want to take the damage. Oh gosh, is Indie Filter just gonna go for it?
Might as well.
Okay, did make it.
Yep, gets it. All right, good work. So that'll be the Megaton Hammer. That'll get them moving. I mean, the little Goron tells you about the hidden path. Yeah, so to go back to a previous goal in the previous race, when you were doing Jabu Jabu's belly, Snow Dozer climbed up the volcano, found the entrance to Death Mountain Crater, and decided that the ferry had to be inside of the Death Mountain Crater. And so Snow Dozer spent a long time exploring the inside of the crater and unsuccessfully finding anything there. You can get there is a piece of heart that you can pick up there. Yeah, but you can't reach the ferry from that side. So Snow Dozer spent a tremendous amount of time there. And that was when he was asking his question of you, when he was trying to figure out where to go. He had convinced himself that you had to go inside the crater to find the ferry. And so that really threw him off quite a bit because he didn't look for the ferry just outside. And he had the same problem in this goal where he went back inside of the crater once he had the fire tunic, convinced that that had to be where he went. But yeah, I mean, this one seemed really straightforward to me because you go to Goron City, you talk to the baby Goron, and the baby Goron straight up tells you where the secret passage is. So, I don't know. The next goal is going to be the legendary Water Temple. A dungeon so notorious, I'm almost certain that the Water Temple has its own page on TV Tropes.
Indie Filter being reminded of the infamous puzzle from the Jabu Jabu segment. Well, yeah, Maurice, I would talk to any NPC I found twice just to make sure I got all their information.
Well, hopefully a lesson has been learned that you need to speak with your elders and you need to learn all about everything from them. Alright, so Snow Dozer just needs to get on top of this block in order to progress.
Ooh, nice death warp. Nice death warp from Indie Filter.
Well, it's not a nice death warp because without having the key, he can't get into this.
Yeah, we'll actually have to climb most of the dungeon again, I think.
Yeah, unfortunately, it needs to go up to the top and needs to descend to find that key in a room. I think it might be another room with a like. No, I think the second like is inside. All right, here we go. Snow Dozer gets the angle down, lands on top of this block, and rides it up to another layer of this dungeon, and then rides it all the way back down because why not?
He's just jumping up and down. So yeah, this is one of those weird fixed camera parts where you can't go into first person. Zoza wants to jump over here despite there not being visibly anything over here.
Can you not throw bombs into the like? No, you can't. That's a thing that they only introduced in some of the more recent Zeldas. Don't think you can do that in Link's Awakening. Not the original Game Boy version. Some of the more recent ones, I think Triforce Heroes does it. It might be in Link Between Worlds, where you can throw a bomb into the likes, but no, they really don't have any kind of a normal weakness.
So I think Indie Filter actually gets a little shortcut right here. Can just climb right back up. I had a feeling you would die at least once in this dungeon. To be fair, using bombs on any enemy in Zelda 1 is pretty much never a bad idea, because they're so good in that game.
Yeah, bombs are really powerful. Especially the original Legend of Zelda being notorious as well, because the game never... There's no way to know what a bomb will work on until you've bombed it. So if you're playing either the game blind, or if you're playing a randomizer, you really just have to just throw bombs at everything. Alright, Snow Dozer here, confronted by a puzzle. You don't have enough time to hit the switch with your sword and climb up here, so you need to use something else. Hopefully Snow Dozer realizes that you can just drop a bomb down there, and that will do the trick just as well.
Yeah, Maurice got a really crazy throw from the corner of the room.
Easy as pie, and Snow Dozer's up. We see Indie Filter here navigating the fire maze. Indie Filter's very close now. Just needs to climb up and find the key that they missed up near the top, and that should be enough for them to make their way to the... Here we go. They just need to get up here and hit this switch, and I think this will be the key that they need.
Got the key.
Do you actually need to talk to the Gorons? I think that you don't have to.
No, you don't. They just give you hints.
But I mean, a lot of the hints they give you are actually pretty helpful, so it's useful for you to talk to them on your first playthrough.
Or actually, no, you do need to talk to them. So they're rescued. I was just thinking, like, wait, but speedruns talk to them. Why would they do that?
What is the purpose of rescuing them?
I'm pretty sure you need it for something.
I can't think of anything you need it for.
I know you have to talk to them.
This is something we'll have to investigate then. So Dozer finding plenty of keys here, so he's making good progress. Yeah, once you get inside the dungeons, things seem to move a lot more smoothly. The dungeons tend to be pretty linear in that it's solve a puzzle or you can't move on to the next room. And since you don't actually have to leave the dungeon to do anything, it saves you a lot of time and effort.
Maybe some thing for like extra completion. So I remember seeing it, but I don't remember which route it's in.
Yeah, I'll have to do some digging later and take a look at that. But I'm pretty sure it doesn't actually. Because I don't know that it even I don't think that it causes the Gorons to return to Goron City or anything.
Oh, there's Fire Temple. I found it in the MST route.
Yeah, now one thing that is annoying with this dungeon is there's several rooms here that if you fall, you do go to a previous room. In most Zelda games, if you fall, it just has the courtesy to respawn you in the room that you were in previously. But yeah, this one, if you fall, you actually go back and you have to go through the room again.
Okay, you don't have to talk to them. I could have sworn I've seen some route that actually talks to them.
I mean, maybe there's one of them that's in the way and you have to talk to them to get by them.
No, you definitely don't. There we go. Back to the box room. We're back to progress for Indie Filter. Actually, could have skipped these two rooms if they made a jump. This will lead them to that rusty switch. Oh, they dropped all the way down again. You're supposed to hit the rusty switch first. They're gonna have to climb all the way back up.
Indie Filter?
Yes.
I don't think they need to hit it. They just need to go back to the entrance.
Isn't there like a second key you need in there? I saw people do it.
Maybe.
There's something you need in there.
I thought that they were good. I think they just need this one key, but maybe there's another one. Maybe I'm misremembering. We'll see if there's another
Even then,
one.
it gave you platform to get there. I mean, you might as well go through there.
Indie Filter wants to just run through this room and skip everything, but that's not going to happen. You do have to fight 37 of these fire slugs. What exactly hint did you want Navi to give you for this boss, other than hit it until it dies?
Yeah, there's no hint for this boss. You just blow it up. The hint for every single boss in this game is get dungeon item, use dungeon item. That's how Zelda works. I think the only boss that wasn't that way was Phantom Ganon.
Yep. Apparently, Pufferfish's stream is way behind here.
Yeah, they're in the fire maze.
Puffer King just got done, though. Yeah, so Puffer King has hit the dot done. Finished with an SRL time of 1 hour, 53 minutes, and 43 seconds. It's entirely possible. Their internet has been really awful this entire time, so there's a good chance that that their stream is way behind. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
this happens to me sometimes when my computer can't handle what I'm streaming. Usually it'll just stream slideshow, though. It won't be like super far behind.
well, that's good. So Puffer King can watch his own race commentary. Oh, we believe you.
Yeah, we do.
All right, Indie Filter facing off against the second of the Fire Dancers. So it's a little more difficult because they like to throw these flames all around.
Indie Filter has a weird aversion to not using the Megaton Hammer.
Yeah, also Indie Filter likes using the hook shot against this guy. I would just wait until he comes around the corner and then jump slash him. There we go, just like that. Much better.
You know, Dozer gets the dungeon map.
Yeah, if you had needed to buy a tunic, we would have spoiled where to get the wallet upgrade. The next couple of goals are going to be a little more spoilery because they're going to have more steps to them. And we don't want you guys spending 6 hours exploring Hyrule to realize that you had to bomb a tree somewhere in Hyrule Field to talk to an NPC. Did
And from
Snowdozer
this
hit
chest we get bombs.
What happened to Snowdozer? Did Snowdozer find another locked door that they had to open?
I think Dozer wants to get to this door. Okay, apparently not.
And it was impressive too there, Maurice, because I didn't realize the game does actually give you a spoiler for the charge shot if you get that far without having it. So kudos to Nintendo for all those hints.
Boss key from Indie Filter. Going to be very close to finishing now because the boss room is very, very available. Imagine getting the boss key for this dungeon. Sad I'm not going to be doing that.
We can always play some more Federation Force, Maurice. Try to get all of the medals. We see Pufferfish fighting against the second of the Flare Dancers.
Boss key chests are so fancy. I always love the boss key chests.
Hamhask asking about the other primes. We did. We raced Metroid Prime 2, and Metroid Prime 3. They should all be on this channel. If there's no VODs, then they weren't saved. But we do have races for all of the Prime games on this channel.
There, my sheet that I have there should have all the ones that I could find.
Yeah, there should be VODs for all of them, unless somebody didn't save them. Which, admittedly, I didn't do much of that. I think some girl is the one who winds up saving the VODs, so it's possible that she just didn't do it. Which is unfortunate, but it just means that we have to continue to live in the present and move forward.
Luckily, we have our lovely Phantom Matt helping us with that now. We see Volvagia.
Didn't Dozer do this room already? Well, he got another key, so he must be having to climb back up with his key. I believe that this... Oh, wow. Indie Filter has... Yeah. Doesn't
here's
have
a
enough
hint.
life.
Don't stand right next to a boss as it spawns.
Alright, so Indie Filter gonna try to do Fire Temple with 3 hearts.
There is a fairy in this room. It's up on the ledge on the top right side. I know there's a fairy up there. Okay, doesn't know what this big circle is. Gonna try the hook shot. Not close enough. Yet again, rolling for it will not get you there. I'm hoping Indie Filter does get this fairy.
Yeah, getting the fairy will be a big bonus. Oh, they're just gonna do the boss.
For Maurice and Puffer, there is actually a way to cheese this boss and not like be completely invincible. You can actually climb onto the sides of the arena, and if you're there, you can never get hit.
Hit by anything.
Yeah, you cannot get hit by this boss. Anything that it does if you do that. Come on, Indy. Have dungeon item, use dungeon item.
See, I'm also surprised because I'm pretty sure you can do a lot more damage if you do jump attacks with the Megaton Hammer instead of the sword.
You can. It's just like the sword, it does more damage.
And Indie Filter is reduced to a flaming crisp.
Let's actually see how much damage it does. Master Sword jump attack does 4 damage. Oh no, Megaton Hammer doesn't do any damage.
It doesn't do any damage to this boss?
No, it just makes it so you can hit. It doesn't do any damage at all.
Really?
I could have sworn that it didn't.
Yeah. I was pretty sure that I defeated this boss by just whacking him in the head with the hammer.
That or the Zelda speedruns one is incomplete.
I'm going to say that that's probably more likely to be true, because I'm pretty sure my usual strategy for this boss is to just slam him with the hammer repeatedly.
Let's see if this one says how much damage it does. Okay, it does. Okay, it just doesn't say how much damage it does. So also a thing for Maurice and Puffer, if you didn't know, the fast way to kill this boss actually has 2 hitboxes. It has the current hitbox where it's flying, and then also when it's flying, the last hole that it came out of, it also has a static hitbox right there. So the way to beat it like super fast is to just continuously drop bombs and bomb chews in the hole where it last came out, because every single bomb and bomb chew will hit it for whatever reason.
Yeah, see? Here, Indie Filter hit it with the hammer, and it hurt it.
Yeah, so you can get a crazy fast Volvagia kill like this one.
Filter making good progress against the boss. Still has a heart container. Snowdozer making progress here. Snowdozer discovers the fake door. He remembered the hint by the Goron.
Yeah, and he's having to wait a lot of cycles because of no jump slash. This is a very slow boss if you don't do it fast.
And here is Snowdozer against the first Flame Dancer. Oh no, Indie Filter takes a rock to the forehead. Ooh, nice there. Snowdozer does a nice throw with the bomb. Snowdozer's gonna chase this guy around in a circle. It's not quite gonna work. So there we go. Snowdozer using those arrows. Nice, Snowdozer hits it with the bomb. All right, round 3 for Indie Filter.
Wisely jump slashing this time. Yeah, the real race for me was will Puffer finish first? Snows are using bombs to fight the Flare Dancer. And the bow. Okay, that's an interesting approach.
Yeah, a great combination there by Snowdozer, I think. Really taking advantage of all of these different tools. Snowdozer really did not like that...
No, okay. No, why'd you jump off?
For some reason, Snowdozer did not trust that platform at all.
Yeah, you're just gonna leave! You can't leave! Okay, probably wants to go pick up... No, he can't go pick up a heart, apparently. He got bad drops off of that one. I thought Snowdozer was gonna be smart. If you stand on the edge of the platform after climbing up, just get crushed.
Snowdozer sees what's going on here. Should be easy. I'm pretty sure Snowdozer still has 2 fairies in the tank, so he's in a good spot in case he gets into any trouble with taking damage. We do have an annoying room coming up, though. We do have... Snowdozer is going to navigate this climb to get the Megaton Hammer.
Oh, boom, Bavagia kill.
And you really don't want to fall down this central hole. Yeah, this is the goal with the least amount of pre-dungeon to it. Which is why I said this is probably the shortest of the goals. Because there's going to be a lot of pre-dungeon for the rest of the race.
You got a heart container. Yet another successful riot warp. This segment will actually be the first and only time in this race I'll be wrong warping, which makes me sad. I wanted to do more.
Oh, there we go.
See, if his goal was just beat the fire temple, I could have credits warped too. My little brother also found the music in the chamber of the stage is really funny. He can never listen to the song without laughing.
Alright, Snowdozer's killed all of the bats. Needs to do the run to get the... Megaton Hammer here. This is a test of how precisely you can move.
Considering Snowdozer's playing on keyboard.
This could be a challenge.
I don't think you have enough time to see up and relook for each one of these. No, you don't. Not even close.
Yeah, so this is probably going to be a challenge for Snowdozer.
It's definitely possible on keyboard, because the first time I played this game was on keyboard. But I don't remember it being that easy.
He might be able to... He might be able to just do it at all right angles.
Yeah, it's like... it's well suited for 8-way. I mean, the N64's joystick has 8-way gates on it. Actually, is it 8? Yeah, it's 8. I have my N64 controller right here, because my N64 is right here.
Yeah, definitely. Casting Faor's Wind will save him a lot of time climbing back up, because he just fell all the way down and it's got to climb right back up again. There is the dot done from Indie Filter. Finishing in third place with an SRL time of 2 hours, 12 minutes, and 58 seconds. Congratulations to Indie Filter for that excellent performance. And Snowdozer says they should have some clean audio.
The current times are looking pretty interesting. Maybe a little bit of extra time needed to be added to Pufferfish's because he was slightly not blind at the beginning. But Maurice sitting right about 9 hours total, Indie Filter at about 12, and Pufferfish King right under 9. Tamer's at about 12.5, not counting this segment, and Snow Dozer is also about 12.5, not counting this segment.
So those are looking to see if there's any way that he can take a shortcut in this room.
Sadly, what he was attending before was the shortcut.
Yeah, I don't know that you can even go this side path fast enough. Yeah, and like Maurice pointed out, if he casts Feor's Wind here, that'll really save him some time if he falls down. But maybe that's what he's going to do right here. Yeah, here we go. This is a good move. Oh, this is looking good. Made it to the hard part.
There it is. There's the Megaton Hammer.
Beautifully done by Snow Dozer. Makes it through and picks up the Megaton Hammer. His inventory's starting to get pretty full.
Sadly, on my almost complete save file on N64, I messed around with glitches but accidentally saved, so half my inventory are just all bottles. I think I went through a week or two ago and tried to make every single item in my inventory a bottle. I didn't succeed, but I got pretty close. But I don't even have bomb juice in the file anymore. There's some other item that I'm missing, which I always thought was really funny.
Alright, we've got another puzzle room here. Does Snow Dozer figure it out?
Maybe my N64 is plugged in, I think. Oh wait, no, the power cord's not plugged in. Get dungeon item, use dungeon item.
Clever here. Snow Dozer trying to use this crates. He's picked up that this is suspicious, which is good. They couldn't possibly have two puzzles where it's just hit it with the hammer in a row, could they?
An actual puzzle in a Zelda game? That would be too much. That'd be like a puzzle in a Mario game.
Oh, maybe he thinks he has to put both on it?
I don't know. That's definitely going to be what he tries next. Wonder Snow, yeah, you have the hook shot, which is like how you just destroy keys.
He prefers to destroy the keys with the with his hammer. That's the way that you know that the keys are really completely dead.
Okay, I think Dozer sees the color blue. Knows, is traumatized by the one switch in Jabu. Oh, barely misses the switch. There you go. This is the room. I don't know what's in there, though.
It probably takes him to a key.
Oh, this is where the other Goron is.
Yeah, so not a whole lot here left for Snow Dozer. This should be the final normal key in this room. After that, he just needs to go back to the entrance and get the boss key. And then the only thing that's missing is hitting the pillar in the previous room, because you do need to knock that pillar down in order to reach the boss room. Oh, Snow Dozer playing the Song of Time very efficiently there. Needs to get a little bit more of a running start there. Oh no, Snow Dozer thinks for some reason you can't make that jump. Just not getting enough of a running start. There we go. That'll work too.
Oh, let's see what's through this door. I don't remember where Snow Dozer is at all.
Snow Dozer's in the large room that has the pillar you have to knock down. Yeah, and he's not going to get any more hearts out of these jars because he's already broken them once. In order to respawn the jars, he would have to leave the dungeon. Needs to get on top of this ledge. I think he knows. Try it from the other side, buddy. Here we go. All right, this is good.
Hit the block. Fall down the block. Back to Darunia's room. I hope Dozer knows the thing he has to do with the entrance. It does point you in the right direction.
Well, also the Goron straight up told him there was a door. And even though he doesn't have the compass, he missed the compass in the flame room, he should recognize that there's something there. Alright, that's not the right statue, but he's got the right idea. There it is, that fountain of 3 hearts. That's an incredibly generous mechanic, too. Sometimes enemies dropping 3 hearts for you.
Oh, we see the other side of this room if you go here. You get a very sneak preview at the boss key.
Yep.
Always
Alright.
such a pretty little box.
And it's been a while since we've seen Snowdozer's inventory, but I'm pretty sure they made it this far without taking any deaths, so they should be in a good position to fight Volvagia with two full jars with fairies in it. So all our other players, they fought these slugs with hook shots and with the Megaton Hammer, but Snowdozer here is doing it the right way, which is just you hit it with your sword and it puts it out and then you beat it up. And we see some sync here. Pufferfish in the same room. Pufferfish is going to need to pick up the pace here if he's going to beat Snowdozer in this race. Oh, here we see Snowdozer also using some bombs here against the like. We saw Maurice doing this. 2 bombs will take down the like.
You got a blue rupee.
Couple of blue rupees. And here's another gold Skulltula for Snowdozer. I think Snowdozer has 11 gold Skulltulas now, so that is enough to trade in for a prize from the Skulltula house. I'm not sure if Snowdozer knows where that is.
Here's the second player to answer. Or the third, I don't remember. It's probably
This
second.
is the second, yeah.
I don't think there's actually 3.
Oh, a nice Megaton Hammer slap there from Snowdozer. Yeah, you can use the Megaton Hammer also against this this enemy. You have to hit it kind of with the shockwave instead of the hammer, though. Oh, Snowdozer doing a great job there keeping on the enemy. Gets quite a few hits in there. Moves on to the third phase of the fight.
Has not tried using the hook shot.
I mean, the problem is there is a Goron who very explicitly tells you to use bombs against this boss. So it's one of those scenarios where if you're listening to the NPCs, they actually throw you off. Here, Snowdozer will get a little prize for winning. And we see Pufferfish King starting his battle against the second Flare Dancer.
Pufferfish King, as you can see, is playing the PAL version of Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, that's why you can tell it's only running at 30 FPS.
30. The PAL version of OT runs at like 16. I think the main game runs at 20. Shoutouts to German PAL. German PAL in 64 1.2. The slowest version of Ocarina of Time ever created.
Pufferfish going with the Megaton Hammer strats for the second Flare Dancer. So with this, Snowdozer has everything he needs to take on the boss of the dungeon.
I remember a bunch of OOT players wanted to get together a very, very long time ago and do a like jokish race of German PAL in 64 1.1 glitchless 100%, just to create the slowest category they could do. Although I think max percent child would actually be longer on if they did it on German PAL.
I was just thinking the other day, speedrunners should come up with a speedrunning language that's just really efficient. Some kind of a language that encapsulates, this is a shop, would you like to buy or sell items in a single character? Just the entirety of cutscenes, just summarized as a single character.
It made me sad that I chose to play the Japanese version for this, because I realized that Chinese text is actually faster. And the Chinese version is emulatable, because it's just... Despite it being an IQ game, IQ games are just normal N64 games under the hood.
Snowdozer... Ooh, so Snowdozer's in a bit of a pickle here. You can climb the sides of this arena. It's just, there's no reason why you would ever know that. Oh, actually, maybe I'm wrong.
I'm pretty sure it might actually be a mistake.
There we go. Snowdozer gets out of the lava. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that you can climb the sides of this arena.
Yeah, you definitely can. I saw somebody do it in like a casual race a long time ago. By casual race, I mean it was 2 Let's Players on YouTube.
Oh my god, Let's Plays.
I think just by saying that, I think people, some people in the know will probably already know who it was too.
Yeah, I can't imagine somebody actually wanting to spend their time watching people blind race a game while having inane commentary. I can't imagine being that desperate for entertainment.
Yeah, I know.
So it's Snowdozer here against Volvagia. Oh, a little bit too slow there.
You do not use bombs on Volvagia. Well, you can, but not like this.
Just got to get in there and whack him in the head with the hammer.
Dozer missed all those shots.
You get bit by a dragon.
Standing in the boss's face, not a good idea in Zelda games.
Yeah, and you got to lock on to make sure that Link swings the hammer in the correct direction.
Uh-oh, normal slashes. We're gonna be here for a while.
He might start using jump attacks on the next one. He's still in the I'm not certain when the boss is vulnerable sort of phase. I don't think you can hit Volvagia. Can you hit Volvagia while flying around?
Nope. The only way to damage Volvagia while flying is with the hammer. I'm pretty sure it's not even possible to hit Volvagia with the hammer while flying. I think even if you like hovered up there, I'm not sure if it's even possible. I've never seen anybody do it.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure if you pull out the hammer and you hit A, you can do jump strikes with the hammer.
Now I wonder if you can hit Volvagia. I know Volvagia has a hitbox while flying, but I don't know.
Lost for Words is saying, yeah, you can just hit him with arrows.
Oh well, yeah, you can hit with arrows.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Well, the thing that makes Volvagia vulnerable is the hammer. You can't swing the sword at it until you hit it with the hammer. I've never seen anybody do it because there are faster ways of doing it. You just throw bombs like as fast as you can in the hole. Fast Volvagia fights are always really funny to me. It's probably one of the funniest boss fights to see speedrun. I think Phantom Ganon's the funniest one, but Volvagia is pretty good.
Alright, Snowdozer has got a pretty good pattern going here. If he can keep this up, he should be able to finish this boss.
Because Phantom Ganon's just like activate ISG, stand right next to it, and just roll continuously. It's always really funny looking.
Snowdozer using a bomb against Volvagia. That's interesting. That might actually do more damage than a Master Sword Strike. Yeah, so dodging these rocks isn't too hard because the rocks only fall where Volvagia is. So as long as you stay out from under Volvagia, you're not taking any damage from the rocks. Oh, beautiful jump strike with the hammer there.
More flying. Also, funnily enough, if you hit the other hitbox of Volvagia that's in whatever hole it flew in last, you still can't kill it until it lands.
Interesting. Alright, this might be the last hit.
Yeah, that's Volvagia down.
Beautiful! Single attempt. Snowdozer
As
defeats the
Pufferfish
boss.
King's stream starts the boss fight.
So I think that officially counts as Snowdozer beating Pufferfish King.
Yeah, pretty much.
Snowdozer wisely taking the time to wait for that heart container to show up. And that puts Snowdozer on 8 full hearts here. Just needs to watch a quick cutscene. And that will get Snowdozer another medallion. And that will be 3 of the 6 medallions. So halfway through the game now.
Yeah, can you believe that, everybody out there? We only have 4 more segments of this race.
Yeah, Maurice picked up 16 pieces of hearts to get 4 additional hearts.
Yeah, I don't know if you realize this, Maurice, but you went a lot more out of the way than everybody else.
Yeah, I think all the other players are around 3 pieces of heart each. I know we saw Indie Filter picked up their 3rd piece of heart earlier in the race. Well, we'll see if Maurice can defeat the most difficult minigame of all, the race against the messenger. That will be the true challenge of his skills. We might even spoil where that minigame is just to ensure that he plays it. And there's Snow Dozer. Hits the save. Hits the dot done. And finishes with an SRL time of 2 hours, 39 minutes, 56 seconds. So
right above the lower bound of the estimate.
So there we go. The players have all successfully defeated the Fire Temple and made it halfway through the game. Dungeons easy, overworld hard, says Snow Dozer. So I think maybe Snow Dozer will like the next one. Snow Dozer might like the next one better. So with that, I think that's the end of today's broadcast. We're going to...
Yes. GFM will be picking up on the Funhouse right now because we have a reject match that's right about to start.
All right, so I guess we'll just jump over to Mystery... Or no, did you say that GFM's going to take over on this channel?
Yes.
All right, then we'll get things wrapped up in just a second. So thank you everybody for joining us today. Thank you thank you TPC for your co-commentary today.
Thank you. Fun as always. Can't wait for the next segment.
Yep, and we'll probably do the next segment next Sunday. I'll throw out a thing in the Discord to check to see if they're available. But if they are, next week we will get to see the legendary Water Temple, the meme, the ultimate Legend of Zelda meme. The legendary Water Temple. So tune in to see how our players do against what is believed to be the most difficult Zelda dungeon in the entire series. I hope you folks will join us. It'll definitely be fun. I'm going to drop stream now, and I'm going to give a chance for a reject tournament race. So don't go anywhere. We'll have more exciting action here on the Mystery Funhouse channel. Thank you, and you folks have a good evening.